On a sleepy afternoon of a sunny June day in 1841, a covered wagon made its way slowly down a winding hilly road near the town of Marburg, Pennsylvania. Population 204. In the bright sunshine, the hills were a brilliant green, the road a soft brown, and the covered wagon a combination of nearly every color in the rainbow. The lower portion of the wagon was a gaudy blue, the big wheels a bright yellow with their hubs a circle of red. The covered top was a pale yellow, with huge signs in red, white, and blue painted on either side of it, along with an impressive color study of an Indian chief in full headdress. The printed words on either side of the wagon top read, "Chief Red Arrow's Wonder Cures, Medicines for Man and Beast." In the driver's seat, lazily holding the reins on a tired old white mare, was a remarkable figure of a man. He wore a gray top hat and a shabby gray suit, white shirt, and black string tie. He had a round face with an oversized red nose and smallish blue eyes set a trifle too close on either side of the bulbous nose. Over the long years, his face had weathered and lines had appeared, to give him a perpetually amiable look, just as some men grow to have sour expressions. His full-lipped, good-natured mouth heightened the illusion of amiability, and large gray mutton-chopped whiskers helped also. He was a short man with a fat belly. His arms were a trifle overlong, and his legs were far too short and bowed. His name was Silas Turner, and he was the owner of the medicine show. Seated beside him was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl of 18 with a serious oval face. The only flaw in her even features was a somewhat snubbed nose, which happily gave her a pert look and added to her beauty. Her hair was combed straight back and tied with a pink ribbon to form a ponytail. Her frock was simple in a pale yellow flecked with blue. The sleeves and neckline were decorated with narrow fringes of white lace. She sat silently in a pensive mood and staring straight ahead. Her name was Ellen Morton, and she was the niece of Silas Turner. There was a third occupant of the covered wagon, but he was seated in the rear. He sat in the opening at the back with his legs hanging down, so that much of the time his feet were obscured by the dust rolling up in the wake of the wagon. It was the second week of a dry spell. This third member of the party was the most astonishing of all. A large man, he had a strong, hawk-nosed, red-skinned face, which on close look identified him as the Indian portrayed in vivid color on either side of the canvas top. But at the moment, he was not wearing a colorful headdress of feathers. He had a black hat squarely on his head, and he wore a shabby pair of corduroy trousers and a brown shirt, all of which looked like and were hand-me-downs. As the wagon rolled along, he slouched, uncaring, his eyes closed. What his true name was had been lost long ago in a firewater splashed past. He now portrayed Chief Red Arrow in the medicine show, and the rest of the time he answered to Joe. These three had been traveling through rural Pennsylvania with the show since early spring. Their routine of journeying from one town to another during the day and giving their show in the evening gave the busy farmers and villagers a chance to attend their performances. Silas Turner had been returning to this territory for years. The other two were fairly new in the medicine show business. "We'll soon be reaching the Marburg Inn, and you can have yourself a spot of rest before we begin the show," Silas Turner told the girl in his resonant, confident voice. The voice had become part of his facade and gave no hint of his real state of mind. Even when depressed, he sounded jolly. Ellen glanced at the red-faced Silas and asked, "Is it a good stand?" "Fairish," he said. "There's a big surrounding area, and the owner of the inn allows me to set up on his front lawn, which gives us a prime spot to show our wares."